Question: how familiar are you with your own inventory in your stockpile? Let's talk about it. Back in a minute. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. And I love, love, love helping people to keep some more of their own hard earned money. How's everybody doing today? Hope that this audio video, as always, finds everybody doing well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How familiar are you with your own inventory and your stockpile? This is a good thing, and it could be a bad thing. But right now, I'm not talking about the existing stuff in your stockpile, but the projected stuff that you might want to think about getting ahead of time. Whoa, am I getting in over my head on this one? Not really. Let's think about something. One day, this was like, it sounds really crazy, but I said for the fun of it, this was about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. I figured out, this was when my mom was still around. So I figured out how much paper products that we use. We know we're always going to use certain paper products. And it was just all about the paper products and let's say dish liquid, for example, things of that nature, non-food items, because I have a more or less precise knowledge as to how long it takes me to go through something. I'll give you an example, something as simple, let's say, as bathroom tissue, for example. Okay, on the better quality rolls, for example, 2 per week. On the lesser quality rolls that sometimes you find, that would be like those you just sneeze and they're like literally gone. three rolls per week. This is just an example. So if I know for a fact that this is the facts and these are the numbers, and I also know, or I'm looking for best prices on things and get them at a a quantity that's at a reasonable price, I will stock up and save. I know, for example, just saying, maybe it's a little TMI, but let's say 12 rolls per month of the bathroom tissue, for example. If I know that 4 weeks are in a month, 3 rolls per week, there's your answer, 12 rolls. Okay, next item, for example, this is a really good thing because if you know these stats, these numbers, you could say, listen, I'm going to go out there and I see a really good price on X number of item, and I'm going to make a purchase in advance. Think about it like that. I look at it this way. Count those items. Suppose I want to get 6 months worth of 12 rolls of that paper. Okay. And I got that good price, first of all. Then I'll do the math and I'll pick it up. And guess what? I don't have to worry about making that purchase for 6 months. I know that that stuff is there. I mean, you could apply it to food items, but it's a little more difficult because with food items, it's kind of more of a random thing. But I am kind of a bean counter when it comes to paper goods, for example. I do enjoy using paper plates every once in a while. I haven't been using them too much lately. So I might decide if I get a good price on a bunch of paper plates, for example, and I do know that I do not use them often. Let's say that I might use 2 per week. So if I only need 8 paper plates per week, and I could get, let's say, container of or packaging of 80 paper plates, then I know that I am set like for a really long time. I'm set for a really long time with that paper, with the paper plates. So you see where I'm going with this. I think by that kind of thinking, ahead of time, advanced stocking up when you have gotten a really, really good price on items that you already know you're going to use. Example, another one, toothpaste. Okay. There's a specific brand of toothpaste that I definitely enjoy using that toothpaste. And I know, for example, that I may go through that tube of toothpaste 1 per month. Therefore, for me to buy, it depends on the unit pricing too, individually. If the unit price is great, there it goes. If it's better to buy that in bulk, there that goes. You have to know your habits and you have to know the prices. And I think I hit upon, I think, the most important word here, knowing your own personal use habits. How often does your family go through a bottle of shampoo, for example? How often does your family go through a bottle of conditioner? How often does your family go through, let's say, antiperspirant, for example? Let's say that an antiperspirant, the roll on type, the family member uses one per month. Just saying, just saying. And there you go. You take it from there. Then you buy 12 for the year. Just imagine you could, like in advance, buy everything for the year. You don't have to think about antiperspirant purchase for a year. You don't have to think about shampoo purchases for a year. The less that you have to think about, sort of like getting rid, not only are you stocking up, but you're sort of getting rid of a little bit of mental clutter, because that way you can focus on maybe something that's more random and more variable. You see where I'm going with this? I'm just curious to know, anybody that is listening to this video, do you do things like that? For example, do you stock up? Do you know your numbers before you actually make the purchase? Or do you just say, oh, that's nice. There's 12 rolls of, let's say, paper towel in that package, and I'm going to get that. Do you know how long it takes you to use up that paper towel? This is important information. And if you don't know it offhand, this is where it comes in handy to keep a written, or if you prefer, noting it on your, phone or computer, keeping a written record of how long it takes to use something. I know it takes a little bit of work, and it probably gets a little bit chaotic when you're having multiple family members and stuff like that to keep track, but you would be shocked and amazed when you know more or less your actual expense. Why is that so important? One, you can plan in advance. Two, let's think about this. Many times people concern themselves with their monthly grocery bill, and they look at it and they leave it at that. It's not a bad idea to look at how much you are spending a year on groceries, how much you are spending a year on paper goods, how much are you spending a year on, et cetera, et cetera. It all helps in the stockpiling process. Even though I'm kind of sort of fairly new at this, having just really dived into this more or less in the last 2 years, I have learned that by knowing my habits, it could really make a difference in how much I choose to spend or not to spend. But I'll tell you this much, once you start building up a little bit of an inventory, whether you're a family of one, two, or 10, it just makes you feel better knowing that all of that good stuff is there. How many of you folks out there agree with me? Let me know if you do that bean counting in advance. Let me know in a comment section below. Thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate everyone's time. And I kind of sort of do have like a favor to ask of you, if I could find it. Where are you, favor asking clip? Hang on. Thank you so much. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye bye.